Good day, sir. I'm GRACIELLE Joyce Jacinto, a student from BSIT 3A BPO. Capstone project as a thesis and a research work. Based from CHED Memorandum Order Number 25, Series of 2015, the thesis or capstone project are required for candidates for graduation in all computing program. Both the thesis and capstone project are terminal project requirements that would not only demonstrate a student's comprehensive knowledge of the area of study and research method used, but also allow them to apply the concept and method to specific problem in their area of specialization. What is a thesis? It is a report of a scholar upon some piece of research which he or she has completed. In the area of computing, it is defined as a technical report on a systematic investigation of a problem that can be solved using computing. It may include a solution, an approximate or particular solution, a scientific investigation, or the development of result leading to the solution of the problem. Capstone project, an undertaking appropriate to a professional field. It should significantly address an existing problem or need. An IT capstone project focused to the infrastructure, application, or processes involved in implementing computing solution to a problem. Responsibility of a capstone project student. Upon enrollment in the thesis or capstone project, the researchers has the sole responsibility of computerizing, undertaking monitoring, and writing the thesis report. It is therefore necessary for a researcher to learn the necessary skill and competency in the conduct of a research. Although there will be an assigned advisor who will guide the student researcher in the conduct of the study, it is not an advisor's responsibility to feed everything to the researchers, because this defeats the purpose of teaching a researcher to be an independent and to be competent. Besides, it will be the researcher who will present the result of the study in the final oral defense and not the advisor. A project duration. The thesis or capstone project will be completed within 2 semesters, Capstone Project 1 and Capstone Project 2. In case that the student will not be able to comply the requirements within the prescribed semester, he or she will be given another 2 semesters as extension to complete the capstone project. Failure to complete within the 4 semester duration, the student will be required to re-enroll Capstone Project 1 and Capstone Project 2. Consider that the average lifespan of a software is 3 years. In case the student will pass thesis or Capstone Project 1 but will fail to complete Capstone Project 2 within 2 semesters, the student will be required to re-enroll thesis or Capstone Project 1 and thesis or Capstone Project 2. Letter B, Project Group Composition. The Capstone Project Group will be composed of most 3 members depending on the complexity of the project. The student will be allowed to choose their group member, but still the subject teacher has the final decision to approve the said group depending on the capability of the member of the group. Letter C, Project Advisor. The dean or program chairman is given the authority to select the student's advisor and panel member based from the faculty members' competency and expertise on the capstone project topic. The selection of advisor for the capstone project will be limited to those who member from the ICT. Appointment of advisor from other department, colleges, institution, University will be allowed on a case basis. Contract of service. Faculty member may handle capstone project advisorship provided that there be a permanent faculty member who will be a co-advisor to ensure that there will be someday who will assume to advisorship once the contract of the former is terminated. The maximum member of capstone project advisorship is 5 per faculty member. Letter D. Panel composition. The dean or program chair will assign qualified and competent faculty member who will constitute the defense panel. The defense panel shall be composed of the following: 1 chairman, preferable to dean or program chair or a faculty with at least master degree. 2nd, members. 1 may be context expert. Letter E. Duties and responsibility of the panel chairman. Brief the proponents researchers about the proposal hearing, oral defense program during the actual proposal hearing or oral defense respectively. Issue and verdict. The verdict is an anonymous decision among the 3 members of the thesis capstone project proposal hearing or oral defense panel. Once issued, it is final and irrevocable. Nominate a thesis, capstone project for the outstanding research, or capstone project award. Letter F. Duties and responsibility of the panel members or context expert or content experts. Validate the endorsement of the advisor. The panel serves as internal auditors, putting some form of check and control on the kind of thesis or capstone project being approved by the college. Evaluate the deliverables. Recommend a verdict. Listen and consider the request of the advisor and or the proponent's researcher. Nominate a thesis capstone project for the outstanding research or capstone project award. Duties and responsibility of the project thesis capstone project subject teacher. The subject teacher is by default an advisor of all group assigned to him or her. Announce research capstone project areas at the start of each semester to the students. Conduct general meeting with the student to discuss the capstone project guidelines, policies, and deliverables, and to allow the student to raise and clarify issue. Select proposal hearing and oral defense panel for each team. Rescheduled research, capstone project activities such as the deadline of the deliverables and proposal hearing and oral defense seasons. Policy schedule or proposal hearing and oral defense guidelines, requirements guidelines, and other announcement. Furnish every member of the proposal hearing and oral defense panel with all necessary capstone project documents before the proposal hearing or oral defense. File at least 1 copy of the proposal hearing and oral defense panel evaluate, including revisions, and the revised and approved deliverables at every stage of the research capstone project. Submit collected grades of the student under his or her section for the term. Duties and responsibilities of the advisors. Ensure that the study proposed by the student conforms to the standard of the college and his immediate or potential impact on the research trust of the university. Guide the researcher or capstone project student in the following tasks while in the proposal stage. Define the research problem, objective in clear specific term. Building a working bibliography for the research. Identify variables and formulating hypotheses, if any. determining research design, population of the studied, research environment, instrument to be used, and the data collective procedures. Meets the term regularly or meets the team regularly at least twice a month. Note, the team must seek proper appointment to answer questions and help resolve impasses and conflicts. Advisor must remind the proponents or the researchers to do their work properly. Review thoroughly all deliverables at every stage of the research or capstone project to ensure that they meet the department's standard. The advisor may also require his or her proponents or researchers to submit progress report regularly. Recommend the proponents or the researchers for a proposal hearing and oral defense. The advisor should not sign the proposal hearing notice and the oral defense notice if he or she believes that the proponent's researcher are not yet ready for proposal hearing and oral defense respectively. Thus, if the proponent's researcher fail in the proposal hearing or oral defense, it is partially the advisor's fault. Clarifies points during the proposal hearing and oral defense. Ensures that all required revisions are incorporated into the appropriate document and/or software. Keep informed of the schedule of research or capstone project activity, required deliverables, and deadline. Recommend to the proposal hearing and oral defense panel the nomination of his or her research capstone project for an award. As a special advisor, he or she responsible to be a provider, an encourager, a dictator, a pushy boss, a connector, and an employment agency. J. Thesis or capstone project presentation are recommended or as recommended by the Philippine Society of IT Education. Research Committee public representation is required. It should be a school-based presentation open for public viewing. Letter K. Thesis capstone project turnover. Project turnover is limited to the software developed, not including the equipment used during implementation as stated in the MOU. In the event that the student is willing to donate the equipment, it must be stated in the MOU.